You're right. You don't mind being on the camera for a split second, do you? I didn't realise you were out here, sorry.
Very hot here.
It is horribly hot.
Very hot.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing going out for a walk.
I know, but it is cooler than it was.
Yeah, that's true. Right, here we go. So, welcome to Toby Everyday, the show where I basically take everyone for a long walk with the end goal being a hike up Mount Fuji. There's our favourite cat, Darcy. What's he up to? That was my neighbour Andrea who we were just talking to. And Darcy is her cat. But yeah, we're going to do something pretty crazy today, even though it is ridiculously hot here in England right now. We're going to do all three routes in one. I'm a little bit apprehensive about it. I don't know how it's going to go, but yeah, it's going to be fun. So let's head on out. Starting as always at the church. I really like this time of day for the light and the colours in the sky. But yeah, we're going to go this way and head on down the road. So yeah, what we're going to do is, instead of walking on down to the crossroads, instead of going to the forest, instead of going to the barn, we're going to do all three. We're going to see if that gate is open that we saw the other day that leads over into the fields, and if it is, assuming it is, I'm going to go down there, walk across the fields, then go into the forest, walk to the crossroads, and then keep going up to the sweet corn field, and then we're going to take a right and then go down to the barn. We're basically just going to do one massive circuit. Unfortunately, my pedometer, my smartwatch, the battery died. I completely forgot to charge it last night, so I'm not able to track how many steps this will be. I'm guessing it's going to be about 6,000, possibly more, 6,500 maybe. And what I'm hoping to do is take all this footage and then do something with it. So I'm editing a highlight reel at the moment, and I'm hoping that this will be a part of it. And then tomorrow I will take the drone out and I will try to go to some of these locations again, and then get some aerial shots and really show off the location, the scenery, and show you where I walk from a whole other perspective, one from the air. So I haven't got much experience flying my drone. My total flight time is probably about half an hour since I got the thing, which is kind of frustrating, but that's what happens when you live in an area where there's very strong wind and all kinds of stuff that's going on that just basically stopped it from working properly. So yeah, but here we are in the lovely village of Charleston, UK. Chickens are out, as you can see. I didn't know those chickens were there until the other week when we were walking down here, and I just happened to see them. Hey! Geltz has tuned in from Scotland. Thanks for tuning in, hun. Really happy to see you here. I'm showing 0 viewers right now, but if she's saying hello, oh, there we go, we've got one now. So thank goodness, because I look like a crazy person just talking to myself. I'm really sorry, I wanted to join your stream, but MOD for another streamer who's live right now. Oh, she's a mod. Oh, see, no problem. Thanks for dropping in and saying hello anyway, I really appreciate that. I'm still getting used to the whole Twitch thing, so if you're a mod on another channel and you have some advice on how that person is going about their business, doing things like growing their audience and all that kind of stuff, I have no idea what I'm doing, so if you can help out, that would be great. I promise to catch a full stream soon. Oh, thank you very much, I really appreciate that. Just before you go, I shaved my beard off today. And now I've gone like full Heisenberg almost. I need to get rid of the hair still, but what do you think? Will do, mate. Happy to help. Oh, fantastic. She's such a star. If you're not following her, follow her on Twitch. She's awesome, and she's a very valuable member of the UK baby metal fan community as well. You got to jump on the baby metal Europe Tour Discord, or World Tour Discord, and get updates on her mice, who are named after baby metal members, which never ceases to amuse me no end. Right, we're now coming to the first hill, which is after this turn, and this is what's always the one where I start gasping for air, and on a hot day like this it's not fun. But hopefully the sheep will be about. Let's see if we can just about see the sun setting through the trees over here. Okay, right, and I've just felt a twinge in my foot, which is not good. That means that I'm oh, we have 2 viewers now. Fantastic. Yeah, a twinge in my foot is not good. That means that I might have an injury, and then I'll be screwed, because getting back is kind of difficult. I would love to join you if you climb up Fuji, you know, but I'm not sure if I can afford it. Don't worry. So with the whole thing with climbing Mount Fuji, I am hopefully going to find ways to get the cash together to basically take as many people as I can with me, or at least contribute towards things like flights, or at least getting them a hotel with me or something like that. Especially if they're people who've kind of been following this journey from the very beginning, like you fine folk. Whoa, we're up to 5 viewers now. That's amazing. Thank you very much, guys. Welcome to Toby Every Day. This is the first hill, so I get out of breath walking up here. There are people walking towards me, so I'm going to put the camera on myself in a minute. In fact, let's just do that now. Boom, there we are. Hello, konnichiwa. So let's have a look at the sheep. I don't know if you can see them. There's one like staring at me right there. Konbanwa Hitsuji-san. I always love it when the sheep are here, because we call this the sheep field, and there's rarely sheep in it. But yeah, anyways, camera back on me so I can talk to you. So yeah, as I was saying on the previous stream, today I had an interview, and for the first time ever in that interview, right at the end, she gave me the job. Normally I have to wait a day or so to hear back, but she basically just said, I'm totally comfortable giving you the job. You sound like you know what you're talking about. You seem like a good person, so welcome to the team. So that's fantastic. That's a huge weight off my back. I'm just stopping to catch my breath, but making it look like I'm filming the sheep. Oh, forgive me. Right, let's put the camera back on me. There we go. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was a lot of fun for 9:30 in the morning. Finding out I had a new job, or a new role, I should say. It's still at where I worked before, just a whole other department and a new role to try. So I'll leave my phone running for your numbers. Thank you very much. See, Gals is just helping me out just by tuning in and then dropping out, which is, some might say, the best kind of audience, because sometimes you get crazy people in here talking absolute nonsense. But yeah, if you can stay connected to the show, that does help me out big time. Also drawing in new viewers and all that kind of thing. The more new viewers who come in, the more follows I get, the longer people stick around and watch. The faster I get to affiliate status, whatever the the thing is called where you can start to monetize the channel. So when I can do that, that's how we can fund everyone going to Japan, basically. There was the notion suggested once for Patreon. That's something I'm going to look into as well, but I'm not popular yet, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But I do want to show you this sky, because this is looking absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Look at these wispy cloud formations with the setting sun behind them. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's like a lion cub. Here's one ear, here's the other ear, there's his face, there's his mouth, he's just lying down. I do like to find animals in the clouds. Right, let's go on, and hopefully that gate, of which I'm hoping will be open, will be unlocked again. So I'm not sure how long this will take if we do the big walk. My speculation is it'll be about an hour and a half. When I get into the woods, I'm not going to go to the car that we found. Not going to do anything too strenuous, basically. I just want to do just a pure walking route. So I won't go into the forest, I will go through the forest walkway, but then that just comes out alongside a clearing. And it looks like we are in business. That gate is open. Fantastic. There's a gorgeous sunset again. I am absolutely out of breath, but we're going this way. Now the other day, well, oh, look up there. It's a nice white fluffy cloud up in the sky there. The other day when I walked down here, there was a crazy amount of insects that decided to follow me. So hopefully they're going to leave me alone. Look at these, the crops are growing nice. Beautiful. I don't know what that is, wheat or straw of some kind. But yeah, normally to get to the crossroads, we walk all the way along this road that comes up here, and the crossroads is around there. But we're going to go down here, and then we're going to walk all the way along beyond this horizon. And then somewhere around here is where there's a tiny field that kind of goes, this is one part of the forest, and then this is another part of the forest which continues behind that. We're going to cut through there, walk all the way along the road, past the crossroads, and going to go all the way over that way, and then come back. So we have quite some distance to cover, but hopefully this sunset is going to give you guys something to appreciate while we go. I'm just wiping my forehead because I'm drenched in sweat. So yeah, we have 2 viewers. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Welcome to Toby Every Day. I'm just here treating you to this beautiful sunset over the UK right now. There's a big nice white fluffy cloud over there as well. Just gorgeous colours and cloud formations in the sky this evening. Up to 4 viewers. Hey, konnichiwa if you are watching from Japan. Hello if you're watching from the UK and America. I really appreciate everyone tuning in and watching, so I hope you will enjoy the scenery while we go for this walk. As I was explaining, the walk is we're going to go into these forests over here. We'll have a look at the weird lifeguard tower thing that is over there. It's there's this strange like seat. I think it's for the hunters. I think when the hunters in the field, and they must climb up there and look for animals to shoot. But yeah, we'll get there in the end. Wow, we're up to 6 viewers simultaneously. This is crazy. I've never had this many people tune in. I'm really happy everyone is watching. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your viewership and you giving your time to hang out with Toby every day. Oh gosh. Right, let's continue to march on. This is I've only ever walked the opposite direction on this route. This part here is kind of annoying to walk down, but I'm rapidly discovering right now it's even more annoying to walk up. I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of on a slope, like it kind of goes down, but it's also going that way as well. So it kind of messes with your ankles. Oh gosh, the temperature is not letting up. I think it's got to be in the upper 20s now, which is better than an hour ago. It's still 32, which is nonsense. Right, here we are, looking at that beautiful sky again. I really need to find out whose fields these are, and maybe I can interview them, do a day in the life of their farming routine or something like that. Because look, they've got another field here. They've got this over here. Okay, I'm going to put the camera on me again, just, oh shit. So yeah, you can see if I stand still, do you see all the flies? That is horrific. And they're just going to follow me the whole way. So I'm not happy about it. I don't really like insects whatsoever, especially when they're hitting my head every 5 seconds. But hey, we're suffering for the sake of fitness and a quest to climb Mount Fuji. We will do it, and we'll do it together. So let's flip the camera back so you can get a bit more interesting stuff to look at. If you go to the archives on YouTube, there is a Toby Everyday YouTube channel. Episode 1, Season 2, best episode ever it's called. I actually attempted to walk along this tree line, and it was basically thorns and stinging nettles and insanity, and I hated it, but the whole adventure was totally worth it, and it's probably my favourite episode that I've ever filmed. This could be my favourite episode, but these flies right now are driving me insane. Whoa. Okay, sorry about that everyone. I don't know how, but the camera has flipped. Hang on a second. I almost fell there. Right, hang on a sec. I have to attempt to flip the screen. How did that happen? Okay guys, I have no idea, but my rear camera seems to have flipped and it's now upside down. I don't know how that happened. I'm going to attempt to readjust the gimbal. Hopefully that will fix it. Yes, there we go, we're back. Oh my goodness, right, so basically what happened there, isn't it amazing that I'm in agony right now, and I completely, the only thing I cared about was getting you guys the good shots. It's a big white fluffy cloud again. Yeah, basically my ankle gave way as soon as I hit the gravel, and I've twisted my ankle. However, the ground does get a bit more even, so I'm not going to turn back. I should. It'll probably be a lot more sensible. The other problem as well is before I left, I ate something that's given me some pretty horrific indigestion, and I don't have any Rennies with me, so I'm probably going to be complaining about tummy pains. But hey, what can you do? This is what it's like on Toby every day. I suffer, you laugh. Wow, look at these. Gigantic daisies. Beautiful. I'm not really into flowers, but I do like to look at the nature around here. It's all stuff I don't really see as a lifelong city boy. That's why I really appreciate sunsets as well. I mean, just these colours in the sky. It's like a painting. The way the cloud is all wispy and fluffy and has all this form and shape, and it's just absolutely incredible. So, and there on the horizon you can see the 5G tower, as viewers have called it. We don't know what it actually is, but the conspiracy-minded amongst you like to think that there's a COVID-19 broadcasting 5G tower right there. Sorry, that indigestion is really starting to hurt. So, here's the cornfield. Clouds on the horizon, facing the sunset. Let's flip this, check that my posse of flies is still here. Very much alive and present, which makes me look like I'm a gross person, but I assure you I'm not. Right, so snap the camera back to me. Yeah, this is what it's all about. Just nature and walking and getting some exercise, losing some weight, eating a little healthier. Let's flip the camera back. Boom. So yeah, so on the Baby Metal podcast episode I appeared on last weekend, towards the end they asked me if I was involved in any projects, which I'd completely forgotten to prepare for. I wish I'd made a better effort to make myself understood. But basically I talked about the Baby Metal rap opera album, and I talked about this, Toby Everyday, and quite a few people have sent me messages and sent me, they replied on Reddit and Twitter and all that kind of thing, basically just asking, like, what are you doing to lose weight? What's your strategy? How's it going? And it's going well so far. The strategy is something called intermittent fasting, and what that means is basically I only eat in an 8-hour window. I can hear something. Oh look, there's a helicopter flying over there. I think you can probably hear that. Yeah, I only eat within an 8-hour window every day. So I eat between 12 p.m. lunchtime, and then I stop eating at 8 p.m. in the evening. And for 16 hours I don't do anything. I sleep during that time, which is great because when you're sleeping you are actually burning calories. Hey, we have 2 viewers. Welcome to Toby Everyday. I'm just explaining about my weight loss routine. So yeah, I eat for 8 hours a day, not straight, just enough for me to feel full, and then if I want to eat something again later I do, but only between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. The rest of the time I'm sleeping or studying kanji or playing video games, watching The Walking Dead, anything to take my mind off of it. Let's go check these flowers out. Purple's my favourite colour, but I love how they have white in them as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, so that's what I do, and then on top of that I do these walks every day, and that's basically all the exercise that I do. I don't run, I don't do weights. It's all based on your body fasting, which is why it's called intermittent fasting. After about 7 or 8 hours, your body has finished digesting all the food, and it says, okay, I need other things to process. So then it starts attacking the fat cells in your body, and basically your body starts to cannibalize all the chub and all the fat and all the excess weight, and that's how I'm losing the weight. Here's the lifeguard tower, as I call it. I'll be very careful right now not to fall and twist my ankle on the gravel again. So yeah, but this weird chair thing with the ladder leading up to it, who knows what that business is about. And if you just go straight through here, that's the abandoned car. Now, we've never walked this part, but this is the way we're going to go today. Normally I stagger blindly through these trees to get to the abandoned car, but we're going to cut all that out and just go this way for the long walk. Wow, this cloud here is really, it's like a mushroom cloud almost. It's grown bigger and bigger and bigger as we've gone for a walk. So yeah, that's the theory behind the intermittent fasting. And then what I eat around 12, sometimes I'll have a bowl of cereal like Kellogg's Special K, or sometimes a cheese and ham sandwich or something. I also have a packet of baked Walker's potato chips, because they're healthier for you than the fried kind or the traditional kind. And then I'll have like a Nutri-Grain bar or something with a little bit of sugar, the natural sugar, just to give me that little bit of energy for the day. And then in the evening I'll have 2 chicken breasts or 2 haddock fillets or something, and I'll have that with about 500 grams of mixed veg. So I've got protein and healthy stuff, and that's essentially what I do every day to lose weight, and it seems to be working. In about 11 weeks I've lost about 3 stone, which is about 19 kilos. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is in pounds. You'll have to Google that if that's your weight system. Let's stop and catch our breath. I've not had any water yet, so I think I might have a quick water break when we get to the crossroads, and then we will march on to the sweet corn field, down to the barn, and then back on the road. So yeah, my tummy is really not feeling great right now. I really regret the last thing I ate today. I actually didn't have cereal today until 5 p.m. I wasn't really in the mood to eat anything. And yeah, I guess that cereal is doing a number on my stomach, because the acid reflux is pretty horrific. Right. Not even feeling that out of breath. The heat, more than anything, is what's going to get me. I feel. I'll be okay. Right now, I'm just hoping my stomach is going to calm down. Pop in a bush. I can't see what that last word is. Hey, Tiggerable just made it. Hey, Tiggerable, can you read? Oh, poop in a bush is what Geltz is saying, but I can't read that last word. It looks like income, but I just see INCO. Oh gosh. So yeah, Tiggerable, just to let you know, we walked out of the village, made an immediate left, walked over the field that is riddled with flies, which I'm pleased to say are no longer following me, and then through here is the abandoned car forest. But we didn't go to the abandoned car today. We've basically walked up here. I'm going to go through the forest tunnel here, and then we're going to walk down to the crossroads where I'm going to take my first water break, and then walk down to the, oh gosh, Jesus, why did I do this? Sorry. I don't know if you can see it, this white thing here that looks like a gigantic spider nest that I almost went through. Yeah, that was pretty traumatic. Yeah, we're going to go up to the crossroads and then go to the sweet corn field and then down to the barn. Am I using a body cam stabilizer, says Geltzer. No, I'm using a gimbal, which is basically a handheld tripod that my cell phone is strapped into. You can get them for GoPros or full cameras if you want to use something like a DSLR or whatever they're called. But yeah, basically if I shake the camera like right now, whoa, there you go, I'm flipping my arm around quite a bit there and it just kind of bobs nicely. So yeah, I'm happy with it. The manufacturer of the gimbal are the same people who make my drone, which I will be taking out tomorrow to get aerial footage of this route that I'm making today. And yeah, well, I hope, I'm not sure. If the weather is like it is today, I may not take the drone out, because honestly, when it's 33 degrees, as much as I love losing weight and doing all this exercise, going out in the heat will kill me. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I'm not in favor of doing that. I'd rather be sensible, and that's why all my walks at the moment tend to be in the evening. The show is very weather dependent. If it's too hot, I can't go out in the day. If it's too windy, I can't go out in the day. If it's too dark, I definitely can't go out at night, because we saw what happened. It was an absolute mess. My friend Paul Scanlon from Ireland, that was the first episode he joined, and the poor guy couldn't see anything. Right, we're coming towards the end of the path. We'll be out on the road, which is good. I'll have some proper stable tarmac beneath me. I can smell horse apples, so clearly some riding has been done, or the farmers have been muck spreading for fertilizer. Right, let's catch up in the chat. Gelsa says she has a, oh nice one, I have one for my, I can't see the chat, I don't know why the chat is so small. Then Ziggerall says, Gelsa, what's an, and then I can't read that. It's a GoPro. Gelsa says it's a GoPro but cheaper. Ziggerall says, ah, okay, nice. Gelsa says, basically a GoPro for action camera noobs. I think the last word is action, but the N is chopped off. I do have a little Asus tablet that has like a I could basically run Twitch on that, so I'm thinking of trying to find a way that I can film with one hand and carry a tablet with the other and monitor the chat on the tablet. Right, we made it, guys. We are clear of the forest and we are back on the road. I'm very happy to say. We came out of there. Right, let's get down to that crossroads and get me a drink. I'll flip it back on here. As you can see, Tiggerable, I shaved my face today for that interview. And that interview went really well, I'm pleased to say. I got the job. I basically was there for about 15 minutes, and then after the she asked me if I had any questions. I asked a few, and then she looked at her colleague and she said, I have no reason to doubt that you'd be an asset to the team, and I'd like to welcome you on board. I was like, great. Normally I have to wait a day or so to get the results of an interview. I've never been offered one point blank, so I'm really happy with that. I'll start on Monday. So I may start doing live streams from the city on my way home, but we'll see about that. Meanwhile, we're going to turn the camera back around, because if you've been watching from the beginning of the show, there was this tiny little white fluffy cloud, and that tiny white fluffy cloud has continued to grow as we've walked. You'll have to take my word for it for now, but it's kind of interesting to look it up on YouTube. So I'll definitely make like a highlight video of this and just stitch together all these shots of this white cloud that has just exploded overhead. Over here, those wispy clouds for the sunset of, well, obviously the sun is now dipped behind the forest, so we can't see the sunset right now, but we might get another look at it in its last moments as we walk towards the barn. Oh, I am drenched in sweat. Oh. But we're going to get to the watering hole. Now, just to let you know, Tiggerable, because you missed the beginning, I managed to get to the bottom of the village before the first hill with the sheep, and I have a pain in my left foot. So I thought, okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'll press on. If it gets too bad, I'll have to turn around and go home. I then got into the field, turning left at the DMZ, heading into the cornfield, and there's a little gravel patch. And as soon as I trod on that, I almost fell, and I twisted my left ankle. So my right foot is in pain, my left ankle is in pain, but I'm doing okay. I am going to take a break now. I'm going to pop the feet out now that we made it to the crossroads. I'm going to put you guys down. I'm going to walk in front of the camera and treat you to a music video like drinking of water. And then we're going to continue our journey that way. That is the way home, and honestly, if I didn't feel I could go on, I would have no problem turning around and heading back, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put you guys down here. I'm going to get a drink, and then I am going to run back to the camera very quickly if I hear a car coming, so I don't want it to knock you guys over. But yeah, hi everyone, thanks for watching. Cheers, Prost, Kompai. Oh, that feels so much better. I feel very refreshed all of a sudden. And hopefully the water will help settle my stomach a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't have any rennies at my house, so I won't be able to get any more for a while. I'll have to get my mum to pick some up from the store tomorrow or something. Right, water is in the bag is on my back, and my t-shirt is being used to mop my brow because I'm drenched in sweat. Oh, I feel rested, I feel refreshed. Let's move on. Let's pick you guys up. Lady Niska, good evening. Hey, thanks for joining. Am I walking every other day now? Says Tiggerable. So, yes and no. Basically, I didn't go yesterday. I did go the day before, and then I didn't go the day before that. So technically it's Toby every other day right now. But that's purely down to things like the weather. So yesterday it was just very windy, so there was just no way I was going to take the camera out and be able to make a quality video. Hey, we have 3 viewers. Fantastic. But yeah, the problem at the moment as well is my back and my feet especially are struggling sometimes to feel right, and I'd rather not push myself too much, you know. I'd rather keep my feet in a good condition so that when I can walk, I will walk. Look at that sky. But yeah, it's just a case of, how do I feel? If I feel that I can do it, I will do it. If I feel I can kind of do it, I'll just do a quick walk to the crossroads. But when I feel like I might actually have an even worse feeling the next day if I go, I'll stay at home. I think it will get better as time goes on. It will definitely improve. Excuse me. When I get better footwear. Lady Niska is saying, "Oh wow, the weather is lovely where you are. We just had a massive rainstorm here." Yes, the UK has had some crazy thunderstorms, but they completely missed us. So the weather here, where I am, it's been nothing but sun and wispy light clouds. But in the rest of the country, it's been pretty horrific. Rainstorm, we had none at all. 20 kilometres from you. Wow, there's now a debate in the amongst the Dutch viewers about who had the coolest weather. This is awesome. I love a bit of controversy. Maybe one day we're going to explore these woods. This is where the deer live. If you remember on the live stream, we saw some deer running around. But I don't want to disturb them. I'd love to know where do deer live in the wild? Like, do they? I mean, they don't have a house, but what is a den or what does it look like? Do they just sleep on the floor? Do they sleep standing up? Do deer sleep? That's the real question here. Tiggerable saying, "Oh dear," just like Eeyore. Oh, right, I am. Whoa. Okay, Toby just freaked himself out. I thought I just heard a woman gasp and pant behind me like she was running. And I turned and there's no one there. So I am going to put the camera on me. And you can tell me if you see anything coming, because if you do, I will vent my bowels and then run for my life. Even if my feet are not capable of that right now. Geltzer is saying weather warnings here for storms. But hasn't come to anything. Tiggerable says, "Where are you, Geltzer?" Geltzer says, "West Scotland." Tiggerable says, "Oh my god, venting bowels." Yeah, sorry, that's my polite way of saying having an accident. A happy little accident, as Bob Ross would say. Geltz, did you check out the Baby Metal podcast yet? I'm really curious to know what you think. Slender Man is behind me. Thank God I don't know what Slender Man is. I'm working on becoming a Slender Man right here. That's the whole point of Toby Everyday. Oh gosh. Oh sorry, it's Geltzer who said about Slender Man. I really hope not. That would be pretty terrifying. Right, let's flip the camera back. There we go. Oh. West Scotland is very beautiful. Did some awesome motorcycling over there. I was there for the recording, but I missed the last 5 minutes. I don't know what that means. Oh. I'm having that problem again where I'm having difficulty all of a sudden reading the chat. So I apologise if I attribute things that are said by someone to the other person, or vice versa. Oh, she was there for the recording of the podcast. Great. Okay, great. Then I completely forgot about that. The whole recording process for me was a bit of a blur, to be honest. I was nervous, but in a good way. So I've listened to the episode about 5 times now. That's not because I'm an ego maniac and want to hear my own voice, but it's just to make sure that, you know, there's parts of the story I wish I'd told better, but there are also parts where I noticed I repeat certain things, which is a sign that I'm anxious. So Oh fuck, I hear a car coming behind me. So we're gonna step over into the sweet corn patch in a second. Maybe they're... So we're gonna be turning down here in a moment. Car is coming up behind me. But here we have the sweet corn field. It was a van. Sadly, still no sweet corn to see. T-O-B-Y. I don't know. Oh, Tiggerable is chanting my initials for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I'm really glad that the podcast has been well received. A lot of I've had 5 or 6 people say that they're really interested in the notion of walking to the top of Mount Fuji with Baby Metal fans and flying the Baby Metal flag, which is awesome. If people are turning around and saying, if you can do it, I can do it too. I love that. There have also been people who've sent me messages saying, I didn't know about all this stuff, but in the podcast Discord, a guy called Tank Senior, who's one of the more known Dutch kitsune, he wrote me a message saying, hey, we chatted in line at the Tilburg show, but yeah, I would never have guessed that you'd gone through all this horrific stuff in your life, because when I met you, you were just so cheerful and like friendly, and the horrors you've gone through, they kind of made me feel like, you know, you could have gone down a different path a lot easier. So I said, actually, we did meet in Tilburg, and we met in London very briefly. Excuse me. And I really appreciated that he'd send that message, because it's nice that people kind of acknowledge that I have hey W2 G100, hello, hey, we have a new member of the chat. I've never met you before. Welcome to Toby Everyday. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, I'm just explaining to the folks in the chat that I was recently on the latest episode of the Baby Metal podcast, and it's been very well received. A lot of people have said to the podcast guys it was the best episode ever. Even if you watch the episode can be found on Spotify and iTunes and all those good places you can get podcasts. But if you go on YouTube, you also find them there. And on the YouTube videos, someone has commented that they want to basically turn my story into an anime. Now, I don't think that this person is actually capable of making an anime. I don't know anything about them, so maybe they do. But I found that very flattering. He said that it was a story worth telling. Wow, we're up to 5 viewers now. Hello everyone, thank you for joining Toby Everyday. Here we are in this amazing cornfield. I've got a feeling that the storm clouds and stuff that we've been hearing about on the radio and the weather and stuff are on their way. This to me looks like rain on the horizon, which means I'm about 2 miles from my home. Oh no, about a mile and a half. So fortunately we are heading back in that direction already, but if I get caught in the rain, this is going to be interesting. Geltzer is saying that my story on the Baby Metal podcast makes her story seem tame. Well, you should write them an email. Another suggestion has been made on I think it was on Reddit. Someone said, you know, I'd love to hear more stories of, you know, members of the One, like the Kitsune, the Baby Metal fans. I want to hear their life stories because this was fascinating. So if people want to hear it, they'll do it. I've just found and downloaded the podcast episode on my phone. I love listening to podcasts while I walk, so I'll listen to it later this week. Thank you, Lady Naska. I really appreciate that. Oh. Right. We're going to pop into the barn in a minute. Doesn't look like you'll get wet. Checked the Windy website. I think the Windy website must be some kind of weather thing. Gosh. can't tell whether this is the problem. This is really, my feet are in not a good. This ground is deceptive. It's very uneven. And when your ankles and your feet are in pain, that's not a good combination. I was laughing about the YCP connection. There's not many of those. Slow walking then, yeah, slow walking for sure. Yeah, early in the podcast I started talking about how the music of Insane Clown Posse kind of helped my depression as a young person. And then later when I became homeless, that was when Baby Metal came into my life, and I had the same feeling from that I had with ICP when I was a lot younger, 20 years prior. But yeah, it's not often that people make the parallel of Baby Metal lore and the lore of the Dark Carnival. Oh gosh, it is getting a bit dark. And I was almost sick because of this indigestion. However, beautiful sky. Look at that. Oh, my stomach. My mum has some pills for her stomach. She takes some pretty powerful painkillers. So she was prescribed something that basically Did you hear that? That is thunder, ladies and gentlemen. First time on the show we have thunder. So I was right, that is rain that is on the horizon. I am going to quicken the pace slightly when I get back onto the road. So what's Geltzer saying? Me and you, I don't think there's many of us except me and you, man. Oh, me and you made that move, yeah, from ICP to Baby Metal. And then she's saying FFS, this tablet is doing her nut, which means it's not going good. First thunder, then zombies. Oh my god, yeah. That would be worrying if zombies start hustling out of the bushes towards me. I will be in a lot of trouble. Geltzer is saying, I don't think there's many fans except me who went from ICP to Baby Metal. Yeah. I think ICP is the kind of thing, I'm really curious to know how ICP does in this day and age, because the people buying the music now, or at least the new fans, they've got to be the kids of Juggalos, right? Because I don't know how ICP can stay relevant. They themselves have changed a lot, especially in the last sort of 10 years, because as you get older, you end up with different things to worry about. You become a parent, you have children to worry about instead of yourself, and things like that. You have success, so you're no longer broke and hungry. So of course their music is going to change, and I do enjoy ICP still. I love everything they do. Sometimes I don't, but I do like the new Joker cards just as much as I like the other ones. But yeah, the older people, the people who are into them in the 90s and the 2000s like me, a lot of those guys just kind of walked away and dropped the hatchet, as they say, and that was that. So there has to be new fans coming along. I'd be very curious to know where they come from. Right, we're here back at the creepy barn. Just have a little look around. We've dropped to 2 viewers, which means that someone has left. But I can hear that thunder. We're going to wait for one more thunder rumble. Tell me if you can hear it on the show, and then I'll move on. That is rain right there on that horizon right there. I can't see it with the naked eye, but when I see it through the lens, it's pretty bad. And yeah, this is the last hours, or last minutes at least, of sunlight. Andy Devlin still listens, but he stopped after the Joker's cards. Lady Niska is saying, yeah, that looks like rain. Gelso is saying, I know folk who teach their something to look for juggalos, juggalettes, if something alone and in trouble. So I'm guessing that's if there's people teach their children, if you get in trouble, you can count on juggalos to help them out. I think that's what she said. And I would agree. Not all juggalos, of course. As I said on the podcast, there's a lot of them who revel in the excessive side, let's say, of ICP, which is not for me. I don't want to drink. I don't want to smoke. I don't want to snort anything. I don't want to swallow anything. So that's just me. That's the crowd that I choose not to roll with. But there's a lot of juggalos who are, I don't know, different from that. So I like to play board games and role play games and that kind of thing. And there's a lot of juggalos who do that stuff as well. So 5 viewers. This has been a really popular episode. Tiggerable, can I get a time check, please, on the broadcast length? So I speculated this would be about an hour and a half. This is the first time I've walked this route, so I'm curious. 56 minutes, great. I'm just going to flip the camera. So there's the barn. So yeah, the barn is basically was the first landmark that we discovered doing the show a few months ago. And in today's walk, we've combined the barn with the forest, which is our latest discovery, along with the sweet corn field behind the barn. That thunder is getting louder and louder. We could be getting wet soon. I don't mean in a sexy way, but let's flip the camera back. There we go. Look at the last moments of this beautiful sunset. Excuse me. As we come out of this field, we'll hit the tarmac and we'll start heading back towards my village. This sky is looking grumpy as hell, so I'm expecting rain and thunder and lightning at any moment. Maybe we'll get some spectacular weather here on the show. It'll make a nice change from all these beautiful sunsets that we've been having every other episode. Let's just quickly show you the scenery. Oh gosh, when I look at it on the screen, it looks like I've walked for miles. Well, I literally have, but you know what I mean? Like we were over in this forest when Tiggerable joined us, for example. I can hear thunder. Right. I'm just going to be careful walking this bit because this is, again, uneven ground. And with a twisted ankle and a busted foot, this is not going to be good for my feet. But when we get to that tarmac, sweet tarmac, my feet will be on solid ground and feeling better and how happy I am. My stomach, on the other hand, this acid is killing me. I really hope that I've got those tummy pills back at home. I'm going to stand here and wait for another thunder rumble. For all you thunder buddies out there. Seems the sky doesn't want to talk. There we go. Tiggerable saying, Gelsa, does that war Can't read the rest. Kelso says, on other streams, if the bot, yes. Lady Niska says, I don't believe there are on this channel. So I was just trying to see if I could pop the chat out any further, but it doesn't seem there's any other way to extend the chat window, which is a shame. So I can't really read all the comments. Yeah, up that road there, that's where the crossroads are. Oh, my feet are killing me. So we say goodbye to the beautiful sunset and we head towards the great unknown, where the rumbling is coming from the sky. It is very dark over that area there. Time to walk home, give those feet some rest. I downloaded yesterday Skyrim for my Nintendo Switch. I spent about 200 hours playing the game on the Xbox 360 and before my hard drive crashed and I lost everything. Sorry, my stomach. So I never returned to it, but I really wanted to play something, so I saw it was for sale. It was only 25 quid on the eShop, and buying it in cartridge form at the moment on Nintendo Switch is about 60 quid on Amazon. So, sorry guys. My stomach. My tummy is really not in a good way right now. Gelser is saying maybe one weekend she'll drive down and join me for a walk. You would be most welcome to. I would love that. She played a stupid amount of Skyrim, it seems, as well. Brilliant. So yeah, it's I've only been playing it for about 4 or 5 hours. Just did, I think, 4 of the main quests already and 1 side quest, but it's going good. I need a big fart, lol. Yeah, that's probably it. Although the way my stomach's feeling right now, I would not trust a fart. Please refer to earlier in the episode when I mentioned venting my bowels, which is probably TMI. But hey, what are you going to do? So yeah, now I've learned that if I head out for around 8 o'clock, the time right now is coming up to 9. So I must have left then at 7:45. So if I leave at 7:45 and I do this big circuit and I'm home by 9:15 latest, then that's a 90-minute walk. Tonight, I won't forget, I will plug in my fitness watch, and then we'll do this route again one day soon and find out exactly how far it is. I'm really sorry I keep stopping and starting with my talking. It is really difficult to talk right now. So it seems that it seems like the thick black cloud is more that direction, so I think it's gone past us, or avoided me, I should say. However, over here, now that these trees are clearing, that's also looking pretty grim. But it's fine, we're nearly home. I don't think I've ever been this excited to be home. My right foot, which had the pain in it initially, that is now in agony, and I can feel it in the ankle. My left foot, which I twisted, that's bordering on agony and is not feeling as good as it did earlier. Walking right now is difficult. it's very uncomfortable, it's very painful, and there's still the big hill to walk up to get back. Yesterday, when I did the big hill, I made great time. I seemed to practically run up the thing. I was really quite proud of myself. Maybe that's why my feet are hurting now, because I overdid it. I don't know. Geltzer is saying you're fine, stop apologising. Tiggerable says I agree, and then Geltzer says bunny. Where was the bunny? Did it run in the bushes? I did see something dash into the hedges, but I thought it was a bird or something. Right, someone's walking with their dog, so I'm going to flip the camera back onto myself. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise the camera was up there. Grab, get it, Toby. Hey, I believe that's Kevin from the Baby Metal podcast. Hey Kev, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us. You've come at like peak Toby every day right now. This is where I'm complaining about how bad my feet hurt and how how unfortunate I am to be out. But it's going good. There's a little tiny doggy. Oh, we've got a car coming as well. That's what's going on in the chat. Tiggerel says, oh, it looks like I missed it. I'll check back later. It ran across the roof. It is, yes, sweet, it is Kevin. Kev is awesome. He's got the voice of a drive time radio DJ, as I said the other day. In I don't know if you guys are familiar with the comedy show Trailer Park Boys, but there's a character in there called Detroit Velvet Smooth, and for some reason the first time I ever heard the Baby Metal podcast, I was like, I want to call Kevin Detroit Velvet Smooth just because that sounded like such a name that he would have. And then turned out his name was Kevin, but Kevin is still the nuclear bomb to me. Right, I'm going to flop the camera back over. There we go. What's he saying? He's got to pop into a meeting, but we're checking in about half an hour. Well, the show is going to be over soon, my friend, but don't worry, the archive will be up later. But thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate you saying hello. That's made my evening. The sheep are no longer in this field. I think the sheep were here this earlier when we left, so I think the farmer has come out to move them. Right. Okay, there's definitely no sheep in the sheep field tonight, so right. Let's have a look at that sunset. One last look at the fading light. And then we're going to head on into darkness, which is my tiny little village that is 400 years old. So you guys, if you're tuning in from America or Japan or other parts of the Europe where you're used to your modern conveniences, you're about to see some serious old school architecture just when we get around this corner. Right. So yeah, this is the creepy forest. This is where the other day I was walking down here and someone, I don't know if it was the power of suggestion or what, but someone mentioned werewolves and I panicked. Whoa, we have bats in the air. Let's stop here and see if you can catch them as they fly against the sky. And of course the bats have all stopped flying. Oh no, there goes one. Right. There's a really nice house here coming up on the left. I always feel bad that I shove a camera in their face every time I walk past, but it's a gorgeous house, so what can you do? Right. Bats are so amazing, it's true. Right, here's a really nice house to look at. And when we get down here, we cross over this tiny bridge, and then we enter the ancient part of the village, which is where I live. There'll be the old farmhouse that has all the lights on the outside. That always looks nice. Are the lights on though? I think I can see them through the trees, so I'm going to say yes. Wow, we're up to 7 viewers. I don't think I've ever had 7 concurrent viewers on the show at any one time, so welcome to Toby Every Day. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. We are going to be wrapping up the show in about 5 minutes time because I'm heading home after an hour or so of hiking through fields and forests and haggard roads. But yeah, welcome to my village. We're now entering a very, very old part of the country. As I said, some of these houses are about 400 years old. But yeah, unfortunately for you new viewers, you're also about to hear me puffing and panting like a maniac, because this is where the final push, the big steep hill is. So I absolutely hate and loathe this part of the walk, but it's the bit where I get lots of good exercise. So yeah, here we go. Right. This part of the hill's kind of mild. It's only when we get to that bend that things start to escalate. Yep. Oh, we've been going for 1 hour 11 minutes. That's great. That's a lot faster than I thought I would. Ooh. For the long-term viewers amongst you, just to give you some perspective, the first episodes I did, which were just to the crossroads and back, they took me about an hour. I think the run time of those early episodes is somewhere between 54 minutes and an hour and 6 minutes. So if this has only been going for 1 hour and 11, and we've basically done twice the route, then I feel great about that. That's one hell of an achievement. Right, now comes the steep part. It's also kind of boring because there's not a lot to look at. Oh. Lady Niska is saying that is an amazing achievement. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh. Congrats, you were doing great. More bats are whizzing by. It's like everyone's cheering me on all of a sudden. Oh. Right. This is the one mailbox we have in the village. There's only about 15 houses in the village, so can't get that much use. Right. Oh my God. I swear I've not run out of things to talk about. I'm just trying to catch my breath. My stomach hasn't complained for a while. That's good. On a previous show I said I was going to show you the old schoolhouse. You'll be able to see it coming up now. It's now a beautiful house. You can't really see it very well in the dark. Puffed out, yeah, absolutely. This has been by far the longest walk I've done. That's the rectory. But yeah, if this is the... Actually, I don't know if this is as long as the walk I did on the best episode ever, but that was full of critical errors and misjudgments and missteps that led to my downfall. Right, coming up to the California redwood. A beautiful 200-year-old tree that somehow managed to find its way over in seed form from America in the 1700s and wound up being planted here. Oh gosh. So the California redwood. That means, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the end of today's walk. Here's one last look at the setting sun. Beautiful. Look at those colours. And then finally, here is the manor house, the mansion in the grounds of which I live. And just for one last nice thing to look at, this church is over 600 years old, I believe. It's just a beautiful building. I'm not a religious person, but the things that these walls have seen, you know what I mean? Oh. Geltzer is saying, well done sir, thanks for streaming. Thank you for watching. Oh. I'm literally on my last legs. I am exhausted, drenched in sweat. My stomach feels like it's got smashed glass churning away inside it. Oh, we have a new viewer. Clinal M. Ruders 15 to you. Hey, how are things? I found your Toby Everyday Twitch channel. Thank you for doing and streaming that. Attempting 3 routes in one day walk. And go really power screen. Oh, thank you very much. Do not hesitate, find the URL on my Twitch profile. My best PS fitness and health is great. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm sorry that you've just kind of joined in at the end. But yeah, I will definitely correspond with you. I'll give you a shout and stuff. It'll probably be tomorrow though. I'm very tired. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Tiggerable, can you do me a favour? If this person isn't following me, can you just write down the name of them and then send it to me, please? Thank you, sweetheart. Right, we've made it. Geltzer is saying speak soon. Thank you very much everyone for joining me. This has been an epic night. It's been a good walk. Started in the daylight, ended in the sunlight. Excellent Toby. Excellent job, Toby. Almost home. Put your feet up, a nice cup of tea. Sleep well. Thanks to everyone for watching. Yes, thank you very much, everyone. Oh, you guys really helped power me through the ending there. But I'm now home, so that means I can end this episode. There's my mum and my neighbour sitting outside having a chat and a glass of wine, no doubt. So yeah, here's the manor house again, and there's the old laundry. I will see you guys again. Thanks for watching. I'll see you another day. Ciao for now.